just to show that I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm alive. I can heal your broken boundaries. Sometimes I think I look better with the short hair, but then it's like, whew. I just want people to be happy, bro. I know it's not my mission in life is to be happy. My mission in life is to pursue happiness. Sometimes I could change my mind too, right? Yeah, I'm allowed to change my mind too, right? I'm allowed. See, you could sing loud at night. He's allowed to sing loud at night, but as soon as I start yelling about something that's actually angering me, it's no problem, right? Because that's what I was doing. I was sitting down here trying to go back to sleep. I had one of those days where I just felt wiped out. I feel like it's from worrying about shit. You know, I don't want bad things to happen to people that I've loved. Seems like they wanted that for me a lot of the times. Now they're the ones that are offended by my. It's not like I care nothing about it. It's just that I can't be bothered by shit. Not from him singing, not from them worried, not from anybody. You want me to worry? Because when I start singing like you, but I make fun of your whole society, dum dum. When I start doing that, you feel offended by it, I know. Because a lot of people fall for this shit, and I don't. Like, you fell for your Schmovit Scheizerstein with booster shots inside you. And then can I keep making fun of that forever as long as I'm alive, dude? Because I think those people are pretty stupid to just flip flop. Well, I'll never take it because of who the president is, who the ones pushing it are, and then the guy changes based on who votes for what, and then now you want to go taking it, and it's like they politicize the medicine, and they politicize religion, and they politicize both sides are guilty of this. So I don't go anywhere around it usually. Anytime you want me to take vaccines and listen to somebody tell me things, it's like I don't need anything from you. You know, are you okay, sir? Are you okay, sir? You're a football. Like, you need to make a 50th account and come troll me, bruh. That's all you have to do with your life is troll. You go catch a fish, you little bitch. You know what I mean? Go read the scripture, you fucking shithead. That's how I feel like saying to some of those people. Are you okay, sir? Because if I start taking it out on him, because I think he's the one typing that shit half the time. You know, when he goes out of the room to go to sleep, if I go, are you okay? Like, I know you could fucking hear me. Like, I know that you know that I know what you're doing to me, and that's why you're fucked up, and it doesn't make a difference. You try to gaslight me and sway my opinion and my vision. And it doesn't really happen to me. I don't get the collision that you desire because that doesn't happen to me. I have to throw myself in a fire for you to trap me, you little devil. I could see that clear as day being here. He acts like he wants to die and disappear. And then he says that about me, that I wish that was the case. I'm like, bro, you're doing something that in any other case, most people would want to fucking smack you in the face for it. Or do worse. Because I don't really give a shit, to be honest with you. I felt like I was in a hearse the whole time I'm living, you know? Like, I didn't really get to live until my 20s. Until I was, you know what I'm saying? They act like I'm a little shithead, but bro, I was obedient to you. When I was 16, I wasn't able to go to the club. I had to go around the corner if I wanted to get drunk. You know? You had to know somebody with an ID. That's why I laugh at some people, because they're punks, bro. Like, they're bad. They're bad, and they want you to be worse. They don't want to see you doing better than them. They're scumbags. You don't know that? You know, scumbag people all around you. That's why I don't associate. You know, I don't associate with those people. Hello. All I do is block them from reality. Like my reality, not the whole world. I just block you from reality if I feel like you're trying to clown me out for no good reason. Or you're trying to bring a demon out of me, something like that. Like, oh, you must need something to believe in. Aw, you need some attention. And you know, I'll stop to listen. That's what it is. Ain't nobody trying to stop and listen to me. So I stopped caring, you know, what people have to say. I was a very considerate young child, you know, wondering why people behave that way. Like, why do they behave this way? Look at how they fucking act. And I feel like being that way sometimes. That's why they be that way. Nobody's telling them it's wrong. You know? Where are you, Earth? East Coast, United States. The reason I was starting this channel is to see who tracks and traces and see if I could get something out of it. A little bit of a monetization, maybe. But, you know, I like to show you how they call you crazy. Like, the reasons why they call you crazy. If you notice things like how I notice them. No, not everybody's out to get you. Bro. I just said East Coast, United States. SMH. Not your page. Bye-bye. Track and trace your mother. It's just how I feel about it. A lot of times. It's just how I feel about it, bro. You can call me crazy all day. I don't give a fuck. I'll be like, look, I will notice some shit, and you be saying, how did you notice that, right? Because I pay attention. I don't connect dots where they don't belong. I'm just saying, oh, that's like this from the Bible. And then God agrees with me. What do you want me to say? Oh, you mad that God agrees with me about something? My fault. Yo, my fault, dude. The God actually agrees with me about something. You know, something that you don't agree with me about. And then when I'm like, yeah, well, God agrees with me. It's not like he's talking to me with a voice. It's in the book for you to read. Plenty of different religious books would agree with the same thing because they're teaching you a lot of the same things. It's just not the same thing when it comes to Christianity because God manifested in the flesh to show you his love by giving you his only begotten son. That's why that's antichrist religion. It's like it's strictly it's telling you that the Bible is real, but then it tells you not to believe in it, you know? God has no partners. He doesn't beget anybody, right? I'm not trying to disrespect religions, bro. I just don't care if they disagree. Like, you're not gonna take over my shit like how you took over Europe, bro. Like, y'all are the type of people we ran away from back in Ireland. Just a different race, different color skin. Believe my religion. Like, fuck you, bro. Lock me up in a prison. Persecute me for what I believe in, you fucking demon. That's how I feel about it. Like, put me on a cross already, bro. You make it so difficult for me to be in this world. I was already on a cross as a baby, man. That's what you do when you baptize people. Lady. Like, they're scum. They realize they're not getting a reaction out of me for singing, so they come to fuck around in the chat. That's what they do, bro. This guy's a technologically advanced boomer. Like, why do you think I think that stuff? For no reason? Am I just paranoid? This dude had a double phone jack when I was a kid. Nobody had that shit. You could go online and be on the phone. Nobody had that shit when I was the only person with that shit in my house. I remember. Well, at least when it first came out. He always had to keep up with that. And then it's like, bro, are you the only one allowed to use it? So why you have all this nasty shit on here, expecting nobody to find it? If I'm somewhat like you, and I know how to dig through the code, like, you don't think I know how to find files of porno? Like, what is wrong with you? You don't even need Wi-Fi to go look at that. It's on your fucking hard drive. That's why everything's in the cloud now, right? It's hard to deny some shit if it's like you doing it. That's why people like to frame others. Look at the story of Barabbas and Jesus. They'd rather have the warrior instead of the guy that rides in on a jackass. You know, telling you to forgive your neighbor and your enemy and love yourself. It seems like an anecdotal. I understand. It seems like he's not giving you real advice. Until you understand that he is. Like, oh, that's what Christ is telling me. I forget. To love people even when they're a piece of shit. Like, how does he do it, is what I used to always ask myself. How does he do it? And then in the book of Matthew, it doesn't say that all the time. It says they're going to be in hell. It says the harlots will reach paradise before Sodom and Gomorrah, you know? You want to sit there judging them all day because, like, okay, it's one thing if they keep going to do it. It's another thing if they forgive themselves and stop being that way. And it's another thing if they have to get paid to do it. Because whatever, everybody got to eat, right? Sad. Like, people would rather have food in their stomach than God in their heart, you know? It's sad. I think it's very sad. I'd rather have God in my heart on an empty stomach. Keeps me more nourished, you know? I feel better about myself. Instead of just gavon, eating everything. First thing you do when you wake up is fucking eat. Well, it's one thing to drink coffee after a half hour, an hour later. Or drink water. Bro, you want to eat and eat and eat and eat. It's like you're only up for 20 minutes and you got to eat right away. You going to work? You don't got nothing to do? Why the fuck you need to stuff your face like that then? Like, what's your job description? Do you use your body and you need that much fucking calories? You need all those carbohydrates to sit there and point your finger, you know? Think about it. Like, think about it logically. Why wouldn't you change your diet? Everybody takes it for granted when they're nice and skinny in high school because they like to move around. So I was always a mesomorph. I put on calories very easily. I don't have to eat a lot to get fat and gain weight. I just wanted to curl more iron, you know? But I was scared to do traditional lifts back then because I was still weak. Deadlifts, squats with the rack, you know? Because I don't trust people. I feel like they want to see me fail. So I wouldn't trust them to spot me, you know? It's when you're older, it's a little different. Even though people are still people. You could trust adults a little more than children to be that, you know? Adults have been through life and they're not just trying to pick on you all the time. People who do that are scumbags, you know? They want to see you upset. They never grew out of it, you know? They're stuck in high school forever. I remember high school, but I didn't like it. I didn't peak in high school. I wasn't a popular kid like you want to say. Just because I knew a lot of people. I was like, bro, I knew every different table at the lunch. Like, none of them really, even though they all like me, none of them really care about me. Why would I expect strangers to care about me just because we go to the same school or some shit like that? If I feel like family didn't really care about me, why would I expect anybody to care about me? Especially when they're cooking the books. In my school, that's what they were doing. They were cooking the books for the SATs to make it look like the school is doing better than it is. That's my era, bro. I was actually glad I could get out of that fucking place. I hated it. I did not want to stay there. And I didn't want to drop out either. Because I don't want to hear this dumb fuck complain to me about doing the same exact thing as him. And I felt like going, well, you used to complain about grandpa all the time. You turned out better than me. You have a better time in the economy. All the shit you say is true, right? You would have had this and that and the other thing, too. That's why I say to them, like, bro, you're just from a different era. You have no clue. Even though nothing new is under the sun, you have no idea what I've had to go through. A boomer will never understand that, bro. What a millennial had to go through. Even if it's similar, it's not. It's like, bro, you didn't have doctors warning you about STDs and cell phone screens reminding you what you said when you were 13 on a fucking Facebook post. You know, you didn't have that shit, bro. They let you go. Your parents let you go to Woodstock and all that type of shit. Maybe not all of them. Some of them let them go to the Monterey Pop Festival. Some of them didn't even know where they were going, right? Because when you're that age, you don't tell your parents everything, now, do you? See, I was actually a pretty obedient young dude. And I would say, hey, I'm going to do drugs. Hey, I'm going to get fucking wrecked right now. I'm going to drink beers. I would actually tell them the truth. After a certain age. You think they wanted to hear it? It's not like they were always enabling me to do shit like that, bro. I had work. I worked. I paid for my own fucking high. You know, I wasn't trying to steal it from you. Tell me to get my own life. Last time I had a fucking problem. Like, bro, I need you to help me up, and you're telling me to get my own life. Well, watch what happens when you fall. I helped you up, and then God keeps making you realize not to do that shit to me. You know, keep me up at weird hours of the night. This weird fucking existence you want me to live in, that's how it feels. Like, I know, you need me to be so subservient to you for some reason. You don't like me. When it comes to that, I know you don't like me. Because I don't care. I'm not rebellious. I just don't care what you have to say. I think your authority is fake. How could I rebel against fake authority that you gave away in the first place? You give your authority away to the fucking government, bro. Why would I trust you for anything you say? Why would I trust anything they say? It's like, bro, you could sing. It doesn't matter if you're angry. You're singing loud at 1:30 in the morning. Am I allowed to talk to myself on the camera and say how it makes me feel? Oh, no, you want me to yell, so I look crazy, I know. See, if the thing is, I'm recording it. There's a record of what I'm saying, and you look foolish by saying I'm dumb for talking to myself, you know? Because it's actually me talking to a camera. As if it were a person. It's not me talking to myself. Because other people can listen to it and respond to it. People could go in a chat room and type things to what I'm saying. It's not me bitching at an oven or the dishes piled up or the dog that don't speak English. No, it's not that at all. You think foreigners are dumb because they don't speak your language, and I'm like, how do you know they don't speak your fucking language? Because you hear them speaking another language in the moment? So if you heard me speaking Spanish, would you assume that I don't know English? Even though I'm not good at speaking Spanish fluently. I have to speak it very slowly. Bro, some Spanish people don't, some Hispanic people don't speak Spanish. That's what they have against it. It's like you're stealing people's culture and heritage and then getting mad that they want to sell it away for some fucking money. You might as well get something out of it, I know. No integrity, low trust society. Why do you think I'm that way? Because I've been trusting you and you don't trust yourself and then wonder why I say, go to hell, bro. I'd rather get paid on the books. So you could tell. So you don't get to say I'm lazy. Like, look, all this time on the books. See, that's what you did. That's what you say. But look at all the things I do. Look at the thing. They try to convince you through works-based salvation in any means. All the time. It's always about what they could do for you. I'm like, bro, go to God. You can't really help me. God has to help me, and I have to help myself. I know. I would like to have somebody along with the journey to take a ride with me sometimes. Instead of this fucking nut job. Singing at 1:30 in the morning. But if it's 5, oh no, you're yelling at nighttime because I just went to sleep. Like, yeah, but I've been awake. Fuck you talking about? I don't like the shit you venerate. You venerate TV screens and false idols. You talk to the TV like it's gonna respond to you, and the doggy too. I don't really like you, and I don't want to be like you when I get old. When I'm elderly, I don't want to be like you, expecting people to just serve me forever, and then complain about the service on top of it. Because if I started acting like that, my mom's words would start coming into my head. If you don't like it, do it yourself. You know? I appreciate my mom, even though she fucking annoys me. She did that for a reason, because I would have been just an attention-seeking demon if she would have just always paid attention to me for every little thing. That's what I was trying to teach other people all the time. It's like, bro, that's you have to let them be. Like, yeah, pay attention is make sure nothing's wrong, and then let them be. Figure it out. They can't get everything they want. They can't just get whatever they want because they're crying. Like, that's why there's adults in the streets protesting about the shit that doesn't make sense. Like, bro, you want something to eat? Go get a fucking job. I understand it's hard to find a job. I've had plenty of jobs that were difficult to achieve and hard to procure in a weird economy. I've been working since the Obama era. This is what they don't understand about me. It was already Twin Towers collapsed before I was able to be working. You want me to get working papers when I'm 16? Good luck finding a job that doesn't want experience. Why do you think I said it? I was like, bro, I know how to cut my grass. The first real job I ever had was landscaping. Because I cut grass growing up in my yard. They had to teach me a better way because nobody's telling me follow the line back and forth. They're doing whatever direction is long, cutting it back and forth and making it look like shit. They just want it to be cut. I get it. Some people are that way and they don't care about the way the light hits against the lines going straight. I actually like the way that looks. I used to want to be working in a baseball field because it's the same equipment that's used at a golf course. Yes, I used to want to be doing a lot of shit, bro. Not just sitting here talking shit to you. You don't facilitate a fucking thing, my dude. You know what you facilitate? TV screens to get watched. Thank you. Thank you. You know what the funny part is? I'd rather go hang out where you think it's unsafe because they have more soul, more morality, more value, and then you saying that I don't belong there either. What if I like them, bro? Am I allowed to like somebody? Is it an S and M fetish slave master mentality if I think a black girl's pretty. Because I'm the white guy. God forbid you think somebody besides your race is pretty. Even though they want attention, they are in a majority white country and they feel some type of way for having to put on fucking horsehair weaves. You calling me toxic when I'm the one saying your natural looks are beautiful to me? You don't need all this fake makeup. I'd rather talk to your face without this fucking transgender makeup all over it. Like, you're trying to look like something you're not. You got in all fake shit expecting me to respect you. You barely respect yourself. Because you got all the comparisons of this one's hot, she's so attractive on the magazine since you're 12. And I didn't have that. You know what? I had somebody telling me to make money. And that's what all the rappers and celebrities are telling men. We look up to the rich men. Same as the women. They look up to rich men too. Because it looks like power in this society. He'll be mad quiet coming out the door, but he don't give a fuck if he's yelling in the room. So why should I care if I'm loud? Oh yeah, that's right, because it's going to bother somebody else. You don't bother them, but when I get loud, it bothers them because they don't want to hear me. Because I don't stop. I don't let it go. I'll keep going down that rabbit hole. Like, you're lucky I forgave you for throwing my dog. You're lucky I forgive you for being a weirdo. You're lucky I forgive you for walking around in that manner all the time. Because what I want to do is something that anybody would want to do to you for doing that to them. That's how loud it always has to be. You can hear every little fucking movement. Especially when it's slamming and stomping. Barely even a fucking human anymore, bro. Yo, that's not a human, bro. What you're doing every day is not a human. That's a robot. That's a robot. That's a robot. That's why they were fiending out for nanobot clot shots to keep putting in their veins. I thank God I could go outside and shovel. I was thanking God I had enough strength to throw garbage around and middle-aged all day like that. It's not just my one house. Like, oh yeah, you're bitching when your wife asks you to take out the garbage. Try throwing it out for the whole neighborhood. Try riding on the back of the truck with no food in your stomach, in the rain, with boots that have holes in the bottom. Try doing that, bro. I ain't talking about walking to school. They tried to make it look like they had it so difficult. Like, motherfucker, this economy is because of you. Like, you're an idiot. You still just think we're looking for somebody to blame when you are. Like, you're projecting. You should blame yourself for the way things are instead of neglecting the youth. Like, you're an idiot, bro. All you care about is TV screens and food. That's why you're stupid to me. I don't like that. It's not that you're dumb with drool hanging out of your mouth. I think that part about you is stupid. That part about you outweighs all the other things that I could admire about you. It's like, bro, you sit there watching TV screens all day, fiending out for food. I'm sitting here with nothing to distract me. So that, like, maybe I could control my appetite without having a TV screen. Because then if I start watching things about food, I'll definitely go want to eat. Oh, you don't want to hear that from me, I know. Most people don't. Most people don't want to hear that from me, bro. I know. My trouble always been this. Sometimes I let it go bad. Sometimes I let it lapse. And I'm like, you got me. What can I say? What can I do? You got me. Right? What do you want me to do? You sit there like, oh, okay, yeah, I got the meat. Okay, yeah, I get meat. I know. Get meat. Make sure you get some meat. Like, yeah, I know. I got kosher glizzies. My bad, bro. My bad, bro. I don't want to eat the same gunk as you for, like, I don't want this junk food poisoning me all the time. Where I'm sitting there saying Wendy's is less poisonous than all this shit you're buying in your fucking stores. Cause at least I'm getting beef and cheese and bread and a potato on the side. What do they get? They get sugary. Sugar. Everything is sugar, 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 sugar. I can't eat that way, bro. If I eat that way, then I can't have bread or soda at all. I have to have sugar free. You know why? I don't want diabetes when I'm 50. I had somebody around me that way. Like I don't want to be that way. I cannot afford it. It's expensive to have that disease. That's a king's disease as far as I'm concerned. Diabetes, that's a king's disease, bro. You gluttonized yourself. You eat sugar till you popped. And then your body couldn't handle all the fucking suspense. You give yourself a sugar spike every fucking day. And now you gotta give yourself a needle spike every fucking day, too. Like, I'm not trying to mock you for it. I'm trying to absorb it so I don't have to go through it. Why would I want to go through that? Doesn't really make sense for me to see that happening and then want to go through it. See, I didn't see people dying from drugs, always an alcoholic. You know, I didn't have that. So that's why you could say no when it starts to get out of control, right? Or you can't even admit when it's in your gene pool. Or maybe I see the same thing in food. But I wouldn't want to be a food Nazi on a child. Like, let the kid have some sugar if he wants. He doesn't eat it all the time, right? So you never give them a slice of pizza, ever? It's always just, no carbs. You just always with protein and fats. Hey, your kids are going to get upset, bro. You're going to be lacking energy. You need some glucose. Think about it from a normal person's perspective, how they're all taught to eat that way. Nobody's saying it's poison except for people like me. Even back in the day, they'd be calling me a madman for saying it. It's like, bro, I have to watch out for sugar. I'm paranoid about getting diabetes. I don't want it. I could pray to God my whole life to not give me diabetes and then just eat sugar, 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 sugar. You think I'm going to get diabetes or what? Just because I'm praying to God for it not to happen? Like, do you think I really just act that way? That's you, bro. You expect the doctor to fix how many years of unhealthy living? Like, holy shit, bro. At least I had jobs that keep me fit, for the most part. And then when I don't have a job, I have kettlebells for that. At least I'm somewhat fit. I don't lose strength. I don't sit there just lazy all day, usually. Some days, yeah, you get depressed. You want to lay down. You get stressed out. You don't want to hear sounds. I want to make you laugh. I don't want to hear you complain. I don't mind hearing you bitch and complain, but I'd rather make you laugh about it. I know it seems like I'm so insensitive because I'm trying to make you laugh. I know. What are you so fucking happy about? That's how they are, bro. They don't like when you're happy. Is how it seems. Like when you're down, they're up. Ha 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 ha. See, you think I'm all angry because I'm yelling about something, but I don't have anger behind that. That was training my vocals all the time. Because I like to scream. I wanted to do screaming music when I was a kid. That shit hurts your vocal cords, bro. So I chose rapping instead. Because you don't want me to have an instrument, so I'm going to use the one God gave me. I'm going to use the instrument that God gave me. You made it that way. That's why you don't want me to have bass, guitar, drums, because I would be sitting there playing it all night. I know. That's what used to piss them off, bro. I used to sit there practicing my gifts. This is no gift. Took practice is what I used to say. This is no gift. It took practice for me to be this way. For me to sit there every day in high school reciting my poetry enough to want to say it out loud. To build up enough confidence to think maybe you might like it. It's not like I'm so tough and big and I'll fuck you up if you don't like it. Bro, if anything, I've gotten picked on for being like this. Sensitive, knowing how to use my words a little bit more than my muscles. Thinking with my big head instead of my little one. People have made fun of me for this the whole time I've been alive. That's why I don't have the same problems as you. I have a different set of problems. That's why I have a different set of rules. Not overall, but I have to do different things than you because my problems are different from your problems. You got a whole different set of problems. You act like I should feel like it's easy because I don't have to deal with what you deal with. But if you dealt with what I dealt with, you'd have killed yourself, bitch. Seriously, you would have been done. You would have been done. You understand that? If somebody was doing that to you, you would have been dreaming about red rum. Why do you think wrath is my fucking sin, bro? I don't want to feel revenge and wrath. It's bad for me to have that. So I let it go quick when I get angry in that way. I usually let it the fuck go. Because I was never allowed to stay up until 4. I used to do that all the time because I can't sleep. You're screaming or you're loud or you got the TV blasting, bro. You're doing shit on purpose to keep somebody awake. But if I do it to you and say it's the same energy you gave, now you act like I'm so spiteful. Like, bro, I want to get away from you. So I don't have to like you. It doesn't matter if I like you or dislike you if I'm away from you. Now does it? Can't get away from myself, bro. But I know around people like that, I definitely don't like myself. It makes me angry. I have to put up with their selfish nonsense all day, and they act like you're selfish for not giving a fuck about it after a while. Like, what about the whole decade of me going to get your fucking medicine, bro? What about those 5 years? Like, you already been that way. I was already doing for you what you were bitching about having to do for your parent. Like, shut up. I don't want to have to deal with that. I already dealt with that. You're acting like I'm ungrateful. Like, yeah, bro, try somebody barking at you because you got something else to do when they'd rather watch TV instead of go get their medicine. Can you go get it for me? Can you go get it for me? Hey, would you mind going to get the thing for me? They're not old and decrepit yet. They're 50-some years old. Like, get off the couch and get it yourself, you fat boomer. Holy shit. I definitely have BDS. That's the part about it. They act like you have TDS when he says some boomer ass shit. It's like, bro, I have BDS. It doesn't matter if they're on the right or the left. They're all annoying. They don't want to give up any control to anybody else ever. And then they act like they had it so much better, but so much harder, even though it was 20 times easier to get on their own. And the kids that are born today are gonna say the same thing about us if we got some type of complaint. But we're gonna view it as easier because they're gonna have all this media and AI telling them what to do anyway. Like, it don't even matter. They're gonna tell you what to believe in either way. Same difference if you get trained in a trade, the company's gonna train you in a different way how to work for that company. Nobody wants to hear it. I know. Believe me, bro.